Does fix a flat work? So I'm here actually in Dallas. The van has low tire pressure. It's about at 13 pounds. So I got a little message on the dash. I don't have any nails or anything. We're at 13 pounds. This is supposed to be roughly about 36 pounds of pressure and no nails. So let's see if this actually works. It's very simple to do. Put the valve at the 6 o'clock position. Shake the can for 30 seconds. And one thing I did want to mention while I'm shaking the can is if you do have a nail, every nail is different. So if you have it on the sidewall, this is not going to work for you. However, if it's in an area like this, you can go ahead and possibly leave that in there, see if it seals. You may have to take it out. Again, every nail, every screw is a little different. So this is probably going to work in my case. I actually did a video about this a few years ago and I get a lot of views on it and people really ask me if it does work. So we're going to find this out. I have the results in that video, but let's go ahead and see if it works now. One thing I did want to go ahead and mention about this is TPMS safe. So if you have a tire pressure monitoring system, like in this car, it is going to be safe for that. It states that. We'll find out. And never buy the small cans. Always buy these extra large tire packs right here, because these are the ones that have enough air to get the tire off the rim in case your tire pressure is really, really low. Now that we've gone ahead and shook it for 30 seconds, so we're gonna go and grab this out of here. I'm gonna twist this into place. You can hear all the air is actually rushing out. Break the tabs off. And now go ahead and push. So I don't like the fact that this is actually leaking air. When I did first attach it, I am gonna go and get this can into this tire. And as soon as I do so, I want to be ready to drive. If your tire pressure is really low, you want to have a compressor available. So I might need to go ahead and top this off later on with the right amount of air. I know it doesn't state it in the directions, but I've been doing this for a very long time. What I actually like to do is shake the can as I'm doing it, because if it makes any difference in helping this expand and get into the tire, I want to help it do that. So you guys saw a little squirt out the side, even though I have it completely sealed. So that part is not good. And we're gonna keep doing this. And now, again, it doesn't state it in the directions, but I am gonna go ahead and move this can around as I'm doing it. I wanna make sure I don't shake too hard. Whoever made this can, great job with it, but make the cord a little bit longer here because I can't even stand it up as this is the big can here. So they either need to go wider or they need to go and attach a longer hose. And honestly guys, I'm not seeing any movement here. There it goes again. Kind of got to pulse it. This is a 24-ounce can, guys. I think I have most of the contents still inside the can, so kind of disappointed with the amount of pressure that's in this can here. I'm going to go clean off my hands. I have an air compressor here, so these are really cool. They're the 12-volt ones. So it only helped the tire pressure about 3 pounds. Kind of disappointing. Maybe my tire needs to be flatter, but I'm gonna go ahead and pump this up to the right pressure. So while the tire is actually inflating in pressure, I did want to add a couple of things. This is going to be half empty, and that's why I was recommending never to buy the smaller cans, because this probably would only be worse. So let's see what happens. I'm going to go and drive now for 2 to 4 miles. I always drive for at least half an hour if I can, if I'm going to go somewhere, and make sure your rim is off the ground, and stay tuned. Whenever possible, put the valve stem cap back on. And now let's go ahead and go for a drive. And these Dodges don't have one of those lights. You get it on the display right here, which kind of sucks. So the miles are going to be 96,504. I'm going to drive this for a little bit. This is the next morning, and so far no warning signs are on the dash for the tire pressure. Hey everybody, it's been many thousand miles since I have started this Fix a Flat video here. Now the mileage is 193. Guess what, guys? I have some good news to share with you guys. Let me go outside to show you guys. So this is the tire that we put the Fix a Flat in, and I'm going to go and have the Fix a Flat in front because this did the job. It actually sealed up this tire, guys. After all those miles, this tire has no issues. I did put some air in all the tires just because the temperature has dropped quite a bit from the 110 degrees here in Texas down to the 40s. So all the tires are a little bit low on air. And I got a message this morning, and that front tire over there was at 25 pounds. So I'm going to go ahead and air all these up to the winter temperatures. And I did want to give you guys a few final tips here at the vehicle before I jump behind my computer, just so we can check out some reviews. And my recommendation is going to be this. If you want to use the Fix-A-Flat, you have a nail in your tire. I don't know how good it's going to be, but the times I've used Fix-A-Flat for things such as a leaking tire, maybe this tire had a leak somewhere that was very small and I couldn't see it, or the rim has an imperfection, the Fix-A-Flat has worked. And I'm really surprised, and this is the best results I've ever gotten. If you guys have checked out the channel from the very beginning, I had a Toyota Prius that I did this to, and that could not hold air for longer than 2 or 3 weeks. This has gone through many thousands of miles, and it's been about 2 months since I have put the Fix-A-Flat in there, and so far it's working. For overall safety, guys, if you guys have a bigger leak or you're really concerned, you should really go down to the tire shop and have this checked out. In my case, I know it was a very small leak, and I got myself one of these valve caps here, and they work pretty good. So if you have an older car that doesn't have a TPMS system, you might want to invest a few bucks into these. And I actually got this for under $2. If I'm able to find a link, I'll leave it for you guys in the video description box down below. But let me go ahead and hop behind the computer. And this is the same bottle that I had in the summertime. You can see the glue has cleared, and I'm going to use this on another car in the future. But remember what I told you guys in the very beginning of the video. If you want this to work, you got to carry one of these compressors with you. This does not have enough air, even these bigger cans like this, to go fill up the tire here, especially on a car like a minivan or SUV. This is not going to work by itself. You need this, and you need an air compressor. And I know a lot of you guys have these air compressors that have the sealant built in, like mine does. I don't feel like spending hundreds of dollars for that. So this is so much easier to go through, buy a new one whenever I need it. This, I have to go down to the dealer, and it's going to be a pain in the rear. So let me go ahead and hop behind the computer, and we're going to check out a few things before I let you guys go. That way you guys can make a better decision if this is something that you want to carry in the back of your vehicle. Have you ever said something too early, and as soon as you said it, the opposite happened? So as soon as I reported that the Fix-A-Flat was doing fine, I was surprised to find out it actually had failed. So I had a leak in that same tire, and then I couldn't find out where it was. So I put the spare tire on, and I tried to find that particular leak myself using soapy water, and I could not find it. I've had to install the spare tire here on the Dodge. And here is the tire that was filled with the Fix-A-Flat, and I cannot find a hole. Water, soapy water, check the beads, and cannot figure out what's going on. So I'm tired of putting air in here. This has happened to me twice already. The only thing that I can think of is that this has dry rot. And as soon as I took it down to the tire shop, they showed me a little trick where you have to inflate the tire to over 40 psi to go and find the leak. As soon as they did that, they fixed the issue, and I did not opt out for a plug. Instead, I got a patch. A patch goes on the inside of the tire, so they'll charge me about $10 for a plug and $15 for a patch. A patch is a lot better of a repair, and I'm happy to report that I still have that same exact tire on the vehicle, so I didn't have to spend more than the $15. And I told you guys in the very beginning of the video, I'll give you guys an update as far as the TPMS sensor. The TPMS sensor in the vehicle has not been damaged, and it is working as designed. As far as if you get a nail in your tire and you have to use Fix-A-Flat, I would go through and plug it, guys. These plugs are very easy to go and put in. And if you could see the nail, guys, go ahead and take it out, plug it up. It takes only about 2 minutes to put this in. I'll leave you guys a video link where I do this on the spot without having to jack up the vehicle. This is very easy to do, and it costs under $5. And overall, I'm still a believer in the Fix-A-Flat, and this is something I continue to go ahead and carry in my vehicle. I will let you guys know that if you are using Fix-A-Flat, you do need to go ahead and have that 12-volt air compressor. So I'll leave you guys a link to some units that actually have a portable air compressor built in, and they range from $15 up to maybe $100. And some of them are battery powered. And I'll leave you guys some reviews that you guys should check out at the end of the video and also in the video box down below. If you have any questions about Fix-A-Flat or comments or stories, please let me know what they are in the comment box down below, as well as share some of those details as we could all learn from our experiences. And one thing you may have noticed in the video is I went ahead and drove a lot longer than the 2 or 4 miles that it states on the back of the directions. And I do this because I think it's better to go ahead and overdo it than to go and take a chance of letting that sealant sit in a lower value of the tire by not driving enough, especially in the colder winter months. You want to make sure that that sealant has a chance to go ahead and surround that whole tire and plug up any small holes and fix your problem. If there's something that I missed in this video, please let me know what it was so I can go ahead and add it on to a future video. And thank you again.